Yeah.
I guess next on my list, Solange.
Mm-hmm.
When I Get Home, this album is something else. It's very different from Seat at the Table in the fact that it's less about the message and more of like a feeling, because she said she wanted this album to like knock in your trunk, like she wanted to bang, and it really is. It's like a party album, but like it's a very interesting party album. I picture like just driving through Houston. It's like an ode to her hometown in a certain way, and it's a beautiful album. It's produced very, very well. Solange has a very good ear for like constructing a song. I think Panda Bear did some work on the album as well, which is very interesting pairing.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, like Solange is she's very interesting because she's very different from her sister and sonically, which I think is great. And I'm not comparing her, but just to see how different, like they're totally different, and I love that. And I think this album was more just about creating a feeling, I guess a vibe, as some people might say. It does create a feeling.
Yeah.
Like, the songs are kind of like underwritten in a certain way. Like it's mostly about just creating a feeling. Which is great. It works very well on this project, though, and I definitely recommend this album. And it's definitely an album to drive to, and it's beautiful. Definitely go listen to it. Solange, she always hits.
I know I knew she released something, but I wasn't sure if it was this year.
Yeah, it was this year.
So was it recently, with the past few months or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, I definitely want to. Because I heard her last album before that, and I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I guess actually jumping off of that. This is I didn't even have this on my list, but I listened to Homecoming, and I didn't watch it, and I should watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, but I listened to it, and I was blown away. And I don't really know her music that well. I know obviously the hits and a fair amount of her songs, but I hadn't really heard it. A lot of her music, and so I listened to this, and I just all the way through, and I was just blown away at the energy of it. And I was just like, oh my god, that intro with the drums, and I saw some footage of like kind of the beginning. Oh my god, just so detailed, and just like she must have been practicing that for a year or 2 years, or like it was just so. And I don't know, I never really knew her stuff before that. Really knew her stuff, but after listening to Homecoming, I was just kind of blown away by the energy that kind of came off of that album. Without being there, I felt like I was there, and I don't get that a lot with live albums. I feel like it's a very fine line. It could just sound terrible, or you can really feel like you're there. And I feel like with this, definitely falls into that category of for Homecoming. So I thought it was a really good album. Did you hear it?
Did I hear it? It's actually on my list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's actually on my list, yeah. Oh, man, like, when I heard it was coming out, and I downloaded the whole thing on Spotify, and I listened to it on my way home from work, and I didn't blink, like, once. I was amazed by it. It was, you know what it was? It was like a DJ set come to life.
Yeah.
Because she did a lot of, like, sample sizes of her songs, but it was so full, and you can tell a lot went into this, like you said, and it was just like, she ruined live albums for me.
That's it.
This is probably the best live album I have ever heard. I don't care what Grateful Dead or Fish did or any Rolling Stones.
It surpasses it by
not even
100
close.
miles.
Not even
Yeah,
close.
not even that much.
I heard a very good bootleg, a live compilation with John Coltrane and Miles Davis. That was very interesting too. But this album, this Beyonce thing is just an experience.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just about the songs. It's about the performance and like when people. I remember when the after the initial Coachella performance happened. People were saying, she's the greatest performer of all time, and people brought in Michael Jackson, and it's fair, but like, listen, like, Beyonce blows, like, she's at the top as far as performance. Oh my God, the drum line was everything, and the instrumentation, man, it's a must listen. If you like music, I don't care if you don't like Beyonce. Like, if you love music and live music, this is a must listen. I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
but that was definitely on my list. So what's the next one? I can talk about this forever. What's next?
It's funny because I didn't watch the movie Homecoming.
I didn't see it either. I just heard the album.
Yeah,
because like you said, like I felt like I was there.
Yeah,
I was just,
and I would keep listening to that intro bit, like the first 2 or 3 songs. I was like, go back to that, just go back to that. Like, that's just so visceral. I just felt
Yeah.
like, oh my god. And so yeah, you're right. Like people, saying after the performance, like, oh my gosh, he's the best performer of all time. And I know people like to say a lot of that hyperbole kind of stuff with any artist they like,
Yeah.
but like this totally fit with that. That this totally fit. Like it was justified. It was absolutely justified. Um, I wanted to talk about and this is new. The new Crumb album came out yesterday.
Jinx.
Jinx came out yesterday, and I haven't heard the whole thing, but from the singles that I heard, uh, it's incredible. I mean, you've listened to Crumb?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah.
I saw them live last year at Elsewhere.
Oh my God, were they good?
Yeah. Here's the thing about Crumb. Like Crumb makes really good music. Like as musicians, they're great, but their performance it needs a little work. They don't have a lot of energy or presence on stage. Yeah, your music is very relaxing. It's very psychedelic. But when I saw them last year, Combo Chimbita played before them, and their stage presence was amazing. Like they're one of the best live bands in New York.
Really?
Fantastic stuff. But Crumb, music great, performance not so great. But it's not like I wouldn't, because they're playing a Summer Stage show in August with Sunflower Bean, I think, and it's free. I might go. It's East River Park, I believe.
Okay.
I definitely want to go because I like Crumb, but I just think their live performance needs a little bit of work. They need more presence. That's all.
Yeah.
But Jinx was a good album. I did like it.
And they're definitely kind of this. It's interesting because I don't think their like music necessarily lends itself to like a super high energy live show. That's not to excuse, maybe just. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I haven't seen them, so I don't know if they're just staying on stage, and that's that can be boring. But I don't know. I feel like listening to them, just listening to their songs on your own, kind of in your own house or car or wherever you're on the train, bus, is its own experience, I'm sure, than seeing them live, because you can get everything, every sort of, all the intricate instrumentation. Like I was listening to them here on the way here on the train, and I hear different things every single time. I just hear different little things. I hear like a cymbal hit over here. I hear like a one little note here that I didn't really notice before, and that just kind of speaks to their intricacy and their like skill as musicians. And I do want to see them live, so I might actually go to that.